Now, when it comes to tree stands, I think you can be very strategic and safe too. And when it comes to strategy, my number one thought, it's when we're on client properties, you can tell if someone's lefty or if they're a righty. And I really want something that's very critical to me, and we have a sit-down shooting video that's critical. That's one of the most important skills that you can learn as a bow hunter, is to sit down when you shoot. It's actually very easy to do. But I want to be able to sit in the tree, and if you're right here, this stand faces this way, up above, our shot is down this way. That means my bow hangs above me, already hanging where, or pointing towards where our expected shot should be. That doesn't matter if it's on public or private land. I want to set up that way, so that all I have to do is grab that bow that's right in front of my face, put my release on, take it off, pull back, and shoot. And when I'm facing this way, I can, from a seated position, I can shoot this way and cover 180 degrees. That's my whole shot area. And if there's deer behind me, I can stand up, turn around, I have the tree as cover to shoot. The problem is my wind's blowing that way, and so I don't plan for any deer to be back there. So yeah, you could stand up and shoot around, but giving yourself 180 degrees to shoot from a seated position, not moving, is so critical. That's really important strategy that you can apply. But you have to get into this stand safely. First off, I really urge all of you to use safety harness. We use all hunter safety harnesses, and I want to be able to clip in before I ever set foot off the ground. You and your loved ones will thank you for it. Very, very important. Makes you feel a lot better about getting in the tree too. I can just move this up as I climb up, and very easy to do. It's outside of my actual ladder, but that's critical for me, is getting set up. Back in the day, I can remember, this is going back over 20 years, I remember someone urging me to use this type of setup. They actually made their own. It was on the Michigan Sportsman Forum back in the day, and he would strongly urge people to do this. I don't know if he had a close call or someone else did, but this right here is just absolutely critical. And then what's really cool about this is when we climb all the way up this and we go to step over into that ladder, we're completely connected. I think, and I don't know this for a fact, but I would imagine that stepping onto the stand and stepping off of the stand to climb back down probably accounts for the majority of accidents when it comes to tree stand. So being connected that entire time, the most you're going to fall is how far you can reach to actually move this on the lifeline. So using this lifeline, using the safety harnesses is critical, and we do that before we ever step foot off the ground. Now, this is a smaller tree diameter when we get up to the top. It might be more of a 10-12 inch diameter. Typically, especially on a bigger tree, this applies where I'm climbing up one side and I want that tree stand right here so I can step right over, and it's more at maybe not exactly 90 degrees, but 120 degrees. This one's a little bit more at 180 degrees just because we had some branches in the way, but we can step into it very easily, especially when it's a smaller diameter tree, and it makes you feel a lot safer when you're connected right here. So strategy wise, I want to, with our shot right down there and this stand on that side of the tree, makes it very advantageous for putting this ladder on the back side. So we can climb up. I expect my shot to be down there, so I can use the tree to hide me as I'm going up and down the tree, and then it's just simply stepping over to the side. So strategy wise, that's the basics. I want that to be my shot to my left, hanging up. It makes it very difficult for left-handed shooters because you can always go to a property, and if you have a lefty in the group, a lot of the stands are facing right where you expect to shoot, so that someone could sit a little bit on the side one way or the other and shoot. But if it's all right-handed shooters, that stand should be facing to the right. So a lot of people pick up on that, but especially for newbies out there. And I think there's a lot of people that don't really understand the critical importance of that sit-down shot. So when you're sitting and you're taking that shot, so critical. Always using the tree to hide yourself getting up. And this is, of course, a hang-on stand. And that's, I find myself as I'm older, I keep migrating over to more and more ladder stands. Those family tradition ladder stands are incredible. They're very safe, they're very solid, and they're very quiet. But I have to walk all the way around the tree, with my back to where I expect that shot to be and move up and climb up. And that means if there's a buck bedded across the hillside over there, they're a lot more likely to see me getting in and out of that stand. So, hey everyone, we'll be right back. But pretty cool, the Earthway Model 2750 that I've been recommending for decades is back. What I mean, the OG version. They tried several different versions over the last 2 years, much to our disappointment. I finally got through to someone at Earthway, and I think a lot of other people did, and they brought the old one back. And so it's pretty cool. We believe in it so much, we're actually carrying it now. So we have them on our site, Pure Wildlife Blends, WHS. You can buy it at either one of those locations. So check it out. We rely on it. I know you can too. Now back to the video. There's something really exciting. We were running out of the old bags. So check them out and ask us any questions you want on how to use them. You'll be very happy with them. Also, staying seated keeps you much safer. Keeps you from moving around a lot more. So not only do I like to sit to shoot, but when I'm sitting down, it keeps me warmer because I'm huddled more in a fetal position. It keeps me from moving around. Keeps me comfortable. You always want to have a comfortable seat. If you're not moving around, if you're clipping in before you get into your stand, if you're making sure you can easily step into the stand, either that 90 to 100 degree, 120 degree rule, then you don't have to sacrifice strategy to be very safe in the tree stand for this fall. And that's a really good thing. You know, when we're setting our stands out here, it's all about strategy, but all of these same points to keep us safe and healthy when we hunt are really important too. And I'll add one more thing. You know, we have a lot of stands out here and we end up moving a lot of stands. So we're moving them, we're taking them down. We have a pile in the pole building right now. But I can even admit, don't do as I do. There are a few stands that end up hanging here for a couple years, and it's a lot more important. One of the safety ABCs of safety for tree stands is to take that stand down each year. We're guilty of that. Maybe you are too, but that's one more way to keep you safe in the tree stand and have a great hunt, a strategic hunt, and a safe hunt this fall. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate you watching the videos. We have over 600 articles on whitetailhabitatsolutions.com. It's all free. And I also appreciate those of you that check out our books. I have 5 books starting from 2012. We have web classes on the site, whitetailhabitatsolutions.com. Check out Pure Wildlife Blends. I really appreciate you guys that have already purchased our seed. We've had thousands of people. We've shipped to 48 states. We have digital land management through whitetailstrategy.com. That's taking all these ideas and concepts I put in the YouTube videos and digitally transforming your land for you. And then finally, we have our clients and client visits. We'll visit over 300 clients as a group this year. We visit anywhere in the country. Boots on the ground is always the best, but we have a lot of ways to help you, from free to client visits and all in between. Check us out again, whitetailhabitatsolutions.com, Pure Wildlife Blends, and whitetailstrategy.com.